Moose FM, energetic country.
Good morning, it's Carina, and I am joined today with, the Rotary crew, because we're going to go over some stats from what happened at Rotary Rib Fest. Before we start, how are you guys?
Excellent. Thank you, Carina.
Good.
And, Rib Fest, awesome. Always awesome. So delicious, so yummy. Always so much to do, live music. Tell us what happened.
Well, we had our fourth annual Rib Fest.
Yeah.
First Rib Fest was a drive-through during COVID, but this is our third one on the Centennial grounds. And it was a great weekend. It was a fantastic weekend, even though we had a big rain on Saturday. But Friday was awesome. The ribbers were great. Our volunteers were awesome. And the bands that we had on the stage were great all weekend. It was a good weekend.
Before we get into, some of the numbers, I think, from Rotary Rib Fest, I actually just thought, how much planning do you do for Rib Fest? How many months does it usually take?
A couple.
Yeah. Well,
just a couple.
We had a wrap-up meeting yesterday
Yeah.
with all the committee, and we're already talking about next year. So I think last year we started formally meeting in October.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
and we went right through to the summer. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a big event, right? So it probably has just lots of different things you need to organize.
Yeah. Lots of planning goes into it up front. Lots and lots of volunteer hours and a ton of help from the community. Without all of our sponsors and the in-kind sponsorships, especially, like those guys are out there all weekend long helping us out as well. It's impossible to pull it off without everyone else.
So tell me about all of these. You got lots of notes. I want to hear all of these highlights from Rib Fest.
Sure. Okay, I'll start with so we have a 50-50. We sold tickets prior to the event and during the event. Action Properties is our sponsor for that. And we had a total intake of $21,440.
Wow.
And a winner walked away with half of that, which was $10,720.
720.
Yeah.
Thank you for the math.
Good,
which
good
is
for you.
fantastic.
Oh,
Yep.
the numbers.
We were able to give away money right on site. We gave money to the Literacy Society of Fort St. John Cancer Care Circle, and the North Peace Search and Rescue. So that was great to be able to give funds back right away to the community. We had probably over 600 hours of volunteers. That's what we're sort of calculating. And we had other groups come in to help us. So we were able to give North Peace Search and Rescue did security. So we gave them money for that in addition to a new donation. We also had the Gymnastics Club.
Yeah.
They came and helped with garbage collection, things like that. So they got a donation as well. So we try to facilitate as many other nonprofits in the group so that we can share the wealth and share funds out to everybody.
So is this the other half of the 50-50 that's kind of distributed between those nonprofits, or is this kind of something else that you guys have?
Yeah.
No, those specific donations were from the 50-50
From the
profits.
50-50.
So it goes
for
right
sure.
back into the community.
Immediately.
Right then. Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
So, and we had 10 local bands presented on our stages. So we had, and once again, sponsorships were huge. We had Napit Industries as our Friday stage sponsor. Canadian Tire was Saturday's stage sponsor, and Peace Country Compression was our Sunday stage sponsor. So those funds help us to raise funds and raise the funds to hire the bands and have them on the stage. So it was really good. We had a salon sponsor for the beer gardens, and that was Rudy's Highway Car and Truck with services by FSJ Curling Club. We partner with them. So Curling Club is another nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
They ran the beer gardens for us, and we split that with each group. So we try to integrate as many groups as we can.
Yeah, and there are so many in the community that are always doing so much for the community, right?
Tons, yeah.
I mean, big shout out to them and all of the nonprofits that came out. Like you said, over 600 hours, I think you said, for the volunteers.
Yeah, at least.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's
At
just
least.
Rotary
That's
too.
just Rotary,
So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you top off the curling club, and I mean, Salvation Army had people there. Fort St. John Association for Community Living was there.
Literacy
Society and SJ Promo had their event, and then we had the museum on site. Like there was just the community just comes out. They really, really step up for our event.
I have to say, it's my favorite thing about Fort St. John is how much people are just always willing and ready to help.
For sure.
No matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else you want to add?
There is a huge list of sponsors.
Go
It
for
may
it.
take me a while. So our event is presented by Solaris Pipelines. They're our main sponsor for the event. The event itself is a joint event between the Sunrise Rotary Club and our Afternoon Club. So that's where the majority of, when we say the 600 hours comes from is those clubs and all of the work that they put in. It basically takes us all day Thursday with a crew of probably 20 plus people to get things going, and then we're there until 10 or 11 at night on Sunday getting everything taken back down. So it's a lot of work and a lot of time to ask from people. So a huge thank you to all of those people. Misaki's Balanced Bookkeeping was our pop and water sponsor, and then we had Kim Van from Century 21, Northern Spring and Break, ESW IT Support, Bronze Flooring, Probe Corrosion Services, Apex Oilfield Services, MNP, Bighorn Spring and Break, and DeKalb Ventures were all of our money sponsors. And then all of our in-kind sponsors, like I say, most of them end up having either prior to the event, they have a ton of time, or during the event over the weekend, they're sending employees out all weekend long to help us out. We've got Driving Force, GFL, Pioneer Sanitary Solutions, SJ Promo, Ideal Office Solutions, Signworks, Cat Rentals, Trojan Safety Services, who had 2 medics on site all weekend long, Kalmar Construction, Chariot Sales, Petron Communication, Peace Country Rentals sends out their whole crew to set up all of our tents and then take them all down. C&V Trailer, Clean Harbors is there all weekend long, dealing with all the water and the gray water for the rib trucks. Energetic Traffic Control, Northern Vac Services pumps out all the grease for the trucks. Smith Fuel Services and Co-op Petroleum deal with fueling everything. D&D Insulators, North Peace Search and Rescue, FSJ Petroleum Association, Bell Media, and Moose FM.
You were not
Thank
joking
you.
when you said there was literally all of Fort St. John came together and we're like, we're making Rib Fest happen.
Everyone,
That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, an excellent event. Can we expect it next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
We decided, we chat yesterday about it, and we want to continue doing this, and the sponsors, like, you can put something like this off financially or even logistically without the volunteerism and without all these companies. All these companies, like, so at the end of the day, our Rotary Clubs were able to raise, well over $60,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
That goes back into the community. So Rotary is a nonprofit volunteer group. So everything we raise basically goes back to projects.
Yeah.
We get requests all year long in our clubs for different events and different things. So we're able to dip into these coffers now and help those organizations throughout the year. So it's remarkable. It's great. And I think the big thing Carina and all of us feel is the feedback from the public. It's awesome. You're down there volunteering, which is great. But then when people say, this is a great event, we love coming, so that's a great feedback. And we're really happy to be able to do that.
I have to say, a Rotary Rib Fest, I know here in Fort St. John, we've only had it a couple of years, but it is an event that I grew up with where I'm from. And it's one of my biggest memories with my dad, because that's something we used to do together. And I love seeing those memories now happen here and being able to take my son out. So thank you so much for putting this on. I want to ask, though, like, what's next for Rotary now that Rib Fest has come and gone?
So for the afternoon club, our drive-through breakfast is our next big event.
Yes.
That happens September 12th from 7 to 10 in the Safeway parking lot. We're always looking for more sponsors to make it successful. And then we also have pre-order forms. So lots of businesses order like breakfast for their companies, or, for sales, they can take it out to clients. Maybe you just want to order it for your family and friends. So we do pre-orders. You can order through admin@fsjrotary.org, or you can call 250-261-3497.
And just in case this is your first time hearing about this drive-through breakfast, because it was one of my first times a couple of years ago, I was like, what is happening? It is literally a whole bunch of people in the Safeway parking lot making you breakfast. That's right. Fresh. And it's delicious, by the way.
It is very good.
Yes. So like you said, there's an email that you can reach out to if you want to pre-order. What about sponsorship? If someone says, hey, I want to sponsor this event, how can they do that?
Yeah. So they can reach out to the same email, the admin@fsjrotary.org. We have sponsorship packages available. And obviously, the more we get, the better they are. But we do have 2 chefs that are a part of Rotary, and like, it is literally some of the best breakfast you'll have.
I have to say, we are usually out there broadcasting, myself and Dub, and it's good. Yeah. It's yummy. And those apples are amazing. Right? Those apples you guys got last year. Oh, Anything else you want to add that's kind of on the roster for the Rotary Club?
Well, the Sunrise Rotary Club, we have 2 clubs, of course. We participate together on things. We do things independently as well. So we are planning something for October, but we can't nail it down yet. We
Okay.
hopefully be great, and we're just getting some final details.
surprise.
That'll be great. Yeah. I know the Sunrise Rotary Clubs has infrequent, about 3 to 4 times a year, we have bottle drives, and we work with Techmation. We have a drive-through bottle drive that raises funds, which is great. And in our winter, we have our Evening Under the Stars in February, which
Yes.
we'll look forward to again this year. But just being in the community, having fun, and enjoying Rotary.
Well, I guess we're going to have to wait for this potential October thing. We'll have to have you back on the show to talk about that if it happens. Crossing my fingers for you guys. Thank you so much for coming in and letting us know. I'm still wrapping my head around 600 hours for volunteers. It's a lot of hours.
It is.
Good job.
It is.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Energetic Country